Chip away. That's what I'm gonna do. 9:07 on a Monday morning. That's going to wind up getting a little nasty outside later on today. I am your host, Chip Matthews, here on the Chip Matthews Show, running for mayor of Canton, but not on the ballot till June. Tomorrow, y'all going to pick from the Democrats in Canton, and you've got two to pick from, and it's going to be raining. I told you people weeks ago, you need to make sure that you have no excuses as to why you're not voting tomorrow. And one of those would have been to go vote absentee ahead of time. Because I'm sure the boxes have been filled with people that have been cheated and put on there. Morning, Roger. You're getting up way too early. Yeah, I am. I did the 6 a.m. show this morning, and now I'm back at 9 for my normal hour. We do this Monday and Tuesday for those people that listen in and keep up with what's going on in the world. It's what was I looking at online? Come on, will it please come back up? Yes. Okay, there is a thing called the Rhino Removal Project Tier 1 Senators Identified for 2026, and Mississippi has made the top 10. At number 10, Cindy Hyde-Smith. She's been in office from 2018 to 2026, and she has a 52% score. Yes, she votes conservative 52% of the time. And this is why we have elections. We have elections because we need to get conservative leadership going on. Now, you know, if that's the case, I mean, if she's number 10 on the list, what the heck is Roger Wicker? And what is he on, like the special attack list? I don't get that at all. But that's what it says. Jace Powell, oh, he's out there this morning. I want to remind y'all that he is running for alderman at large in Gluckstadt, and I'm going to tell y'all, you got to go out and vote for him tomorrow. Yep, that's what I'm here to do today. I'm going to tell you who you go out for. Now in Jackson, you people are on your own. I mean, I don't know who to tell y'all to vote for tomorrow. I mean, Kim Wade's going to beat both of them. It doesn't matter which one you put on there. It's one of those situations where this time you're tired of the Democrat. I mean, America is tired of the Democrats. America is tired of being being told that they're godless. I mean, there are more people going to the church and everything than ever before, is what they're saying. 56% of men are going to church. Hey, that's up. Young people are going to church. That's good. And that means they'll get involved and be involved, because we have 30 years of people that have sat on their butts. And look, in the state of Mississippi, the Republican Party itself needs to be concerned about whether or not they have enough people in their party that are Christians and Republicans, because you got a lot of rhinos. I'm not going to say that there's not such thing as a rhino that's Christian, but there is such thing as a rhino you cannot trust, because he's not voting conservative. He's not doing the things you need to do to make the world a better place. And then, of course, Benny Thompson needs to be gone. And then, of course, let's look at who I saw where Mr. Good was out promoting John Horn. And then I also saw where Benny Thompson was out promoting John Horn. So what's good, what's bad? I like to say I trust Jeff Good all the time. I like some of the things he does. But then when you look at that, and then you look at John Horn is being pushed by Benny Thompson, then you got to go, well, the fix is in. You know, it's just it's more of the same. It's more the same politics that has not gotten us anywhere. It makes no sense. So, John Horhn running against Antar. Now, Antar Lumumba doesn't make any sense at all. So, when you put Benny on the same page with John Horhn, it just goes to tell you that in June, you vote Kim Wade. That's it. But for tomorrow, you got those two to vote if you're voting in the Democratic primary. And then, of course, only 20% of y'all are going to vote. 10% of that 20% will be cheating. So I don't know that it's going to be a close race, because you hear him saying that he had 80% in every precinct. Well, that was every precinct that was Democrat of the people that voted, and you didn't, or rather, he won 2-1. But you had all those other people that were running because you were 15, then you're down to 2. And that's that. And David Archie's out pushing Antar, and you're just going, what the heck is going on? They're all vying for an endorsement. I don't know if you want an endorsement from anybody. Get out there and win by just saying you're going to do the right thing. Then up in Canton, we got the school teacher. Yes, the school teacher that was suspended 10 years for changing the test scores. Yes, so they're going to try to put her in office in this election. And then you got Tim Taylor, a Democrat who has been on the Board of Aldermen for quite some time. He is the lesser of the two evils for me. I mean, Tim's a good guy. He's come around. Now, we haven't seen eye to eye all the time, but either way, I don't care which one I get. I am going to be the mayor of Canton in the next election, period. And y'all say, Chip, you're crazy to think you can't. I just think they're at a point that Canton matters again. And for a safe, clean town, you're going to have to vote for me. That's exactly it. I mean, I am going to fix it to where we can make money out of all the things you got. Okay, let me see if I want to say this on the air. I'll read that in a second after the commercial break. And Charlotte, by the way, I meant to text you back yesterday and say Happy Easter to you. I am so sorry. Glad you're listening this morning, though. But y'all, Jackson has to be saved. Canton has to be saved. And like I was saying earlier this morning, you have to get somebody in that plans to an economic plan to take, like in Canton, you start with the square and you work down through the hollow all the way to the interstate, and you get some small business going. It's not that hard to go ask people to come and to a town that has people. And then don't tell me people won't come to town, because they come to Two Rivers left and right to eat a steak. And they come to town for Christmas. And they come to town for the flea market. People will come to Canton. But we have to make it safe all the time, keep it out of the news doing for the crimes, and then we got to get enough businesses on the square to where you'd want to come. It'd be just like Renaissance, but in Canton. And there's plenty of people living out this way. And then as far as the school district, y'all, we either need to improve it or shut it down, one or the other, because, then we wouldn't have to be cheating on test scores. Right? Camellia Walker. Yeah. Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be back right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. B.
1039 WYAB.
Are you a wine enthusiast? Are you looking for the perfect bottle to elevate your next dinner? The ultimate destination for wine lovers is 042 Wine and Spirits on West Government Street in Brandon. They're locally owned, they're locally operated. 042 Wine offers something for everyone, from local favorites to rare vintage wines. 042 Wine and Spirits can help you find your next favorite wine. The friendly and knowledgeable folks at 042 Wine and Spirits will help you find the perfect bottle for every occasion. 042 Wine and Spirits, located on West Government Street in Brandon.
I'm here with Lee Bounds of New American Funding. Lee, why is Rita Jensen of Remax Connection your go-to real estate agent?
I highly recommend Rita because she's honest. She just tells it like it is. She has integrity, and I just love referring clients to her because I know when I turn them loose, she is going to take care of them from the start. You'll always be in good hands with her. From the application to the keys, I like to say.
RitaJensen.net. Rita, JENSEN.net.
ABS causes mass hysteria by providing office tech that actually does its job.
Relax. At Advantage Business Systems, we know office technology isn't that exciting, but we do know it is life-changing. Work-life-changing, that is. Because the latest copiers, printers, mailing machines, and even telephone systems can keep your office running smoothly. Visit absms.com. Advantage Business Systems, helping your business do business.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Hey everybody, it's John at Two Gun Tactical. We're having Kim Wade Wednesdays at both locations. So you come in and mention Kim Wade on a Wednesday, you get half price range fees. Hey, if you're a member, we're going to give you an extra free target just for mentioning Kim Wade Show. Come on in and work on your shooting and exercise that 2A right that if we don't fight for it, we won't have it much longer. It's twoguntactical.com. That's the number 2, guntactical.com.
For years now, the filet mignon of chicken, the top 3% of chicken, the tenderloin with pure perfection in every bite, has been served at Huey Magoo's. At Huey Magoo's, chicken is the centerpiece of every mouth-watering plate. Fried or grilled, try them in meals or sandwiches, salads, and wraps. And Huey Magoo's has the best sauces: sweet heat, buffalo, garlic parmesan, and lemon pepper. You really will taste the difference with Huey Magoo's chicken tenders. Huey Magoo's, Bass Pro Drive in Pearl or Lakeland Drive in Flowood. Huey Magoo's, make someone smile today.
Would you like a free ice cream? Head on over to Bumpers Drive-In on Highway 49 in Flora. If you're craving a juicy made-to-order burger and crispy golden fries, if you want to taste the best hand-breaded chicken tenders you've ever had, if you want a hand-mixed milkshake or a whirl with Nutter Butters, Oreos, then bump on into Bumpers Drive-In in Flora. Exclusively at the Flora location. Mention you heard them on WYAB and you'll receive a free frosty ice cream with your order.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's it's a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
Yep. Yes, sir. It is Monday, 9:20 in the morning, day after Easter. I am Chip Matthews. Of course, the Pope has passed, and we'll be waiting on that white smoke to see who the next Pope is. Of course, I sit here and, not being Catholic, I don't know the whole process. I know that the Pope is who the kind of the portal you go through, but that's that. I just know that everybody has their biblical leaders, and Catholics go through the Pope to get there. And I guess Baptists try to take a direct approach, or whatever. We're not going to get into that today. Let's not get into that today. Let's talk about this election a little bit more. Let's talk about Jackson. And I want to see you call in 601-879-0003. And I really would like people from Jackson calling, because I want to know who you think needs to go against Radio Strongman, Kim Wade. because Kim Wade's going to win. Now, some people say that Antar will be easier for Kim to win as an independent. I think Kim's going to walk away with it. I think Kim Wade has basically, through the years of being on the air, he's showed you who he was. He's told you what he was. He's told you what needs to happen. He warns you every weekend for your safety to have your guns on the weekend and have them out. So my question to you is, who do you want to see him running against? Or do you care? That's another thing. That's another thing, this whole thing. How many people out there really just care? Because I guess the smaller audience is the people that vote, and the larger audience out there that listens to this radio program and many others here, the 80% of you that don't vote, which tomorrow may be as high as 90% with the rain falling down, unless you've made arrangements and you went and voted absentee earlier. Can't vote absentee today. If you can, something crooked's going on. But I'll tell you this. There is no voting today. There will be voting tomorrow, 7 a.m. The rain's supposed to get here this afternoon at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then y'all know what it's going to be like. If it's a rainy, overcast day, it'll be hard to get the votes out. Be real hard to get the votes out. So what do y'all think? What do you think we're going to do? Up in Canton, okay, that vote count total will be way down, but I don't know who has the advantage, because they did get absentee voting up in Canton in the last in this last primary. I had it down to 5, but I had to sit in the city hall and wear a bulletproof vest to where people couldn't come in and cheat. Okay, that actually happened 4 years ago. And I will be sitting in City Hall in the general election with a bulletproof vest on, watching people come in to vote, keeping up with who you are and where you are, and if you're from Canton or not. But all of a sudden, when a race gets tight, and there are people that shouldn't be running for office because they're disreputable. I mean, if you got caught cheating on test scores, you shouldn't be running for office. And biggest law firm in the town is backing her, because they all want to make sure that they get the job of handling that money at CMU, at the city of Canton, at the Canton School District. And y'all, there's some big money about to pour in there. If you ride up to Madison County and look at the, they call it the Madison County mega site, but guess where it's located? It's Canton. It doesn't matter what they say. It's in Canton. It's in the Canton School District. So they get a big old cut. We gotta do better, but we gotta make sure the crooks and criminals don't win. So that's why I'm supporting Tim Taylor than over Kamala Walker. But I'm gonna tell you what, the absentee votes, when you start putting pages and pages of absentee votes up on the wall, I believe that we have gone back to cheating. I mean, we've had 4 aldermen admit to cheating in elections. 4. They did time. They were removed from office. Can't run again. 2 more have been admitted to cheating in elections and taking bribes. And they're waiting for the Rudy Warnock trial, but they've already pled guilty, but they don't get sentenced till they testify in the Rudy Warnock trial. And then, of course, Mike Espy will be testifying in the Rudy Warnock trial in June. So, and he's at the he's kin to some of these other lawyers in Canton, and a different set that'll be trying to get those jobs. But he also is the lawyer for the supervisors in Madison County. And I just wonder what he has to add, since the corruption was so deep in Canton and included hiring hit men and this, that, and the other. I mean, come on, y'all. That's going to be the most exciting trial. That will be, at least we got something to look forward to in the summer. Of course, the Rudy Warnock trial has been moved 13 times. So it may not happen. They may kick it on down the road again. And then the question is that, the Antar, they're getting that known in. You're going to get your Jackson City lawsuit in. We should be on court TV for the rest of the year with just politicians going to jail. And then if Doge gets to those that I believe he should get, good old Benny, that if Benny gets Doge or Trump gets him for, planning the assassinations of this, that, and the other through Homeland Security, oh God, we're going to have some good TV, all from Mississippi. We've always been known for our entertainment, and we're about to give us the world a whole bunch of entertainment with the lawsuits that have been filed and are waiting for trial in Mississippi. And that's what it is. That's not counting the the girls and the dogs and the stuff like that goes on. I mean, we have got to do better, people. We've got to get together and start being a group of people that want the best for Mississippi. We do not need these idiots representing us. That means we got to go vote, even if it's raining. Even if it's raining, you got to go vote and make a decision and keep the crazy felons and future felons, we'll call them future felons, off the ballot. And those that should have been prosecuted that haven't been prosecuted, you got to do better. Benny goes to Washington for 38 years and he's fixing, everybody's saying he'll win again. Well, he only wins again because the Republican Party is not working harder to grow in these other counties, although they went out and got 10 state representatives or senators to change to the Republican Party. But that's just 10 rhinos. They still got Democratic values. They're moving where the money's at. Whoever's going to put the money in their pocket. And, they're Democrats. They were Democrats. So that means they'll take money from both sides. They don't care. They're going to lie to you. They're going to do what they do. That's what Democrats do. They lie. You know that. You've been a part of it. You've seen it. You lived in the communities where they have lied to you and said they were fixing this. How many umbrellas do you own? Not enough. I can promise you that. That would be a good thing. I maybe need to get umbrellas that say vote for Chip in June and go around in Canton and hand them out. That's what I need to do. Or give you a ride in the limo tomorrow to vote. But you're not voting for me tomorrow. That's why it's more important to get you to the polls. Because, I feel like I could run, I feel like I could beat the criminal, or rather the cheating teacher. I think I could beat her easier than I can Tim Taylor. But I'm telling y'all, I want Tim Taylor to win because to me, that makes better sense because we cannot knowingly take someone, and I cannot knowingly tell you that in the event I do not win, I want Tim Taylor to be sitting in that chair. That's what I want to tell you. And in Jackson, you have two politicians who have done nothing for you. Now, of course, Chotway is a convicted felon. The other one is a lying Democrat. Okay. So we have to beat both halves of that. And we have radio strongman Kim Wade to do that. So in June, you're going to have to do that. And don't forget Taylor Turcotte. Taylor Turcotte, my show host. And I think we're going to get her in on special assignment tomorrow, hopefully, or in the next few days. We'll get her in because she's running in Ward 7 as the Republican. So you got choices to make. And she says, it's going to be tough for me. I go, it may be tough for you, but it's always in Ward 7. That's always been a female. And I believe it will be her. So let's make sure that happens because the whole foundation of Canton and Jackson must be repaired. And that we're not talking about the physical land. We're talking about the election, the politicians. You need a strong base to work from in order to build something. You can't build something on nothing. And basically what you've gotten for years in Jackson, Mississippi is nothing. So get out, make sure you're voting. You know which ones are the crooks. Don't vote for the crooks again. And then if you're looking at your ward and you're going, they're all crooks. Well, next time you get on the ballot, and then the next thing we got to do is supervisor race in a year from now. We got to worry about it. But we start with building our neighborhood. We start with our district, our ward. We fix that. Then we move up to our city. Then we move up to our county. Then we move up to our state. And then, of course, the United States has currently been fixed because it has Donald J. Trump as its leader. And we also support the president. Okay. And then we'll take another break right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. A, B.
1039 WYAB.
Pure Air Consultants has always been your go-to for reliable and affordable heating and cooling systems, and now we are offering day and night brand to avoid the 25 to 30% increases that everyone is talking about. With day and night, Pure Air Consultants professionals can install a reliable system with a 10-year system warranty. Call us today for your free quote, 601-939-7420, or online at mypureairconsultants.com.
Malone is a company in motion, striving daily to improve the way the roofing industry operates and is perceived. A leader in commercial and residential roofing, metal walls, and maintenance. Malone means the highest quality materials delivered with expertise workmanship from acclaim or construction. At Malone, you found your roofing and metal walls partner. Malone has proven for generations there is nothing we can't accomplish. Protecting people and what matters to you. More info at ecmalone.com.
CBS News special report. Pope Francis is being remembered as a man of the people after the Vatican announced his death this morning at the age of 88. Analyst Marco Politi says he didn't follow doctors' orders to stay away from the faithful, even after his 38-day hospital stay for double pneumonia.
Every 2-3 days he was coming out. There were nuns or kissing his hands. He was shaking hands. He was welcoming children.
Last year, the Pope told CBS,
the gospel is for everyone. If the church places a customs officer at the door, that is no longer the Church of Christ.
Pope had his differences with President Trump. CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
Back in 2016, when he was still a candidate, Pope Francis suggested that anyone who wanted to put up walls around migrants is, quote, not a Christian. Then candidate Trump took him on and criticized the Pope sharply.
There will be a prayer for the Pope in St. Peter's Square at 1:30 Eastern Time. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Hey, this is John with MES. That's Mississippi Energy Services. We sell, service, and install all makes and models of home and business generators. One thing that we do different than a lot of other companies is we do all the work ourselves. We don't use subcontractors. We go from the original estimate, the design, to the final product. That way we can control the quality of the job from the beginning to the end. We are online at msenergy.us.
Here's what they're saying about Corcoran Door Company.
I'm going to yell out to one of your sponsors here, Corcoran Door. When the guy came out here, instead of just trying to throw a door up, he was looking at the way the house was facing. Man, with this double garage here on the south side, you might want to consider a insulated door. I came in earlier today about 2:30. The car thermometer said 99 degrees. The thermometer inside the garage was 82.
That's why they've been around 50 years.
Yeah.
Corkanddoor.com. CORKERN door.com.
Looking to elevate your ride? Weston Automotive and Rick's Pro Truck have you covered. From rugged bumpers to sleek step bars, Weston's top-notch accessories will transform your truck into a head-turner. And at Rick's Pro Truck, we specialize in custom installations that bring your vision to life. Visit us today for expert advice and unbeatable deals. Weston Automotive and Rick's Pro Truck, where your truck's potential comes alive. Weston and RPT. Trucks live here. Pop's Auto Sales on Highway 49 in Florence is where you come to buy quality cars, trucks, and SUVs. Priced to fit your budget. At Pop's Auto, we specialize in trucks. From four-wheel drive to diesels, our satisfied repeat buyers know Pop's has one of the largest truck inventories for any independent dealer, period. Browse Pop's inventory at popsautosalesllc.com and get pre-approved for a zero down payment with approved credit, with warranties and service contracts available. Pop's Auto Sales, your home for trucks. Highway 49 South in Florence.
From the garden, from the garden.
And we're back here on a Monday. Pre-rain. Yeah, it'll be raining this afternoon, y'all. So make sure you leave with the umbrella. It's supposed to be getting, all wrath of God and stuff. And I'm looking online here. Let's see who else is supporting. At a primary event, Senator Horn's composure was visibly shaken by candidates. Horn's response highlighted their point. From my perspective, I expect meaningful action, not token gestures. Okay, I can't tell who he's for. But I was looking at Oath of Cain. Oath of Cain came up in my feed, and I was seeing who he's for. He's got a picture of John Horn up. And he says, the fact that you're able to get any crumbs, you ought to be saying thank you. I feel that way about all our Democratic politicians, Oath. I feel like all they want us to have is crumbs. They're gonna take the biggest bite. So we've got to fix that. But anyway, so I look across the web. Let's see what else I see. Clay's story, y'all need to go check him out on Facebook and on Rumble or YouTube. That story he's bringing you this morning is pretty strong. DOJ dismisses what? Well, hold on. Pay discrimination lawsuit against Mississippi senators. So Mississippi senators were saying they were discriminated against from pay. I think the people of the state were discriminated against because we paid for nothing, especially in this session. This is an older session they're talking about there in 2011 where they're upset about their money. But this year, they did not pass a budget. $100,000 a day is what's going to cost us to come in and fix it. So that's that. I also want to remind everybody that the main man, the myth, the legend, will be on at 10 o'clock. That would be, of course, Jameson Haygood and the Good Fight. And he will be on here on this radio station live. He brings you live radio. Well, we all bring you live. I'm live every day. And Clay's live and Kim Wade is live. Yeah, great station. So what I want you to remember is this. I believe that all these Democratic, nationally elected Democrats are tied into some money that they've gotten from the cartel. I believe that is what's going on. Why in the heck would you be supporting MS-13 and going to down there to talk to, I guess, the big guy? That must be the big guy. That's like Capone's in jail. And they want to go down there and talk to him. And they have margarita. I mean, he's in jail. He's got margaritas in a prison that looks like they don't take anything going on. Are we rendering aid to criminals? And the United States Democratic Party and elected officials are going down there to find out what's going on. Why do they defend the criminal element so much? In this case, I can understand defending an American, but when you're defending people that have been known to rape and kill, and you got them in jail, and they've been a part of it, and then you go and you talk to his wife, and you find out that she was beat up a few times, then you ask her a question. I saw where Strahan asked a question, she wouldn't answer it, and the reality there is, you're not going to, if you're in fear of your life from a gang, the gang is going to talk to you. So, are these politicians nationwide paid for? Are the Democrats paid for? We know Soros is paying them, but are they getting drug money from the cartels? Is that why the Homeland Security people let people come across the bridge? And remember, if that is true, then Benny Thompson was president of that. Also, remember, Michael Guest was on that committee. And why did we let so many people in when all of a sudden we have just shut it down? They said it would take forever and a wall. They didn't need a wall. You just had to show up and say, hey, you're not coming across anymore. Isn't that amazing? Now we can finish building the wall. That's no big deal. We'll build the wall. The wall is a deterrent. It's part of what we need. But the reality is the border agents were allowed to do their job, and all of a sudden nobody's coming into the country anymore. A trickle, you know. So what do you do? What do you do? Is your whole government corrupt? Is that what Trump and Doge has found out? That everybody is corrupt? Everybody's on the take. And that's why the judges and everybody else is getting involved. Let's see what's going on the phone. Good morning, WYAB.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing right. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. I was just listening to your program. I can tell you, I think you spot on. And something else I wanted to say, because I always thought, I said, these judges that's always trying to stop the deportation. This is amazing, but they're talking about due process of law. But these people, when they came and into this country illegally,
right?
Were they concerned about due process of law for allowing them to come in? I don't understand. I thought due process of law, and maybe I'm wrong, was only for the is only for the citizens.
Right. And if you
if
you got to the wall or to the line, the border, we just say you can't come in. Right?
That's it.
I mean, you don't get process of law. So you sneak across the street, you get across the thing. So now we gotta feed you, we gotta put you up, we gotta do this, that, and the other. No, you're right.
I think somebody, I've always thought this. I don't have any proof, but it's always been on my mind. I said, somebody's making money.
Well,
I've always told Mr. Jameson when I call him, I said,
yes,
follow the money.
Follow the money, because the reality is that if you're defending something, you're getting paid. I mean, if you take back old Chicago when Capone was in control, what was going on? He had judges in his pocket. He had all kind of people in his pocket. And
that's it.
And so why would this largest concentration in MS-13 is in Texas and moving up to Colorado, and the other largest population of them is Baltimore. And Baltimore, Maryland is right next to where? Washington, D.C.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, do the math.
Amazing. That's amazing. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and God bless you all. Okay?
God bless you. Thank you for calling.
All right, bye-bye.
I mean, y'all tell me what's going on. You see what's happening. I mean, it's out there. It's real. Jameson's going to come in here and probably be able to blow all this out of the water and give y'all some facts or whatever. I just wanted to make sure that I'm on the record believing that the criminals, the cartels, have embedded themselves into some congressmen, and they basically threatening them. A gangster like that, especially if they're from down there, they're threatening their wives, they're threatening their kids, they're threatening them. They threaten their families all over. They threaten them with, God forbid, we'll make sure you're drawn and quartered. We will. They won't give you due process when they take care of you. They're just going to do it, and that's the way the criminal element works. They take care of business, especially the gangs. They just say, "This is it. We're not going to have any more of this. We'll just take care of you." And you're going to start seeing senators and House of Representative people come up dead, basically, just based on the fact that MS-13 has that much control on the United States. Hey, they own the news cycle. They are being promoted constantly by all the Democratic news. Everybody's promoting it and saying that we're doing wrong and we need to give them due process. But when you start taking up for the criminals, it's just like in Jackson. They take up for the criminals in Jackson by reducing the bonds after a murder. And those people get out. And there was a guy last year committed a murder on Monday, in jail, bonded out by Friday where he could get another one on Saturday. I mean, come on, y'all. This is the criminal element doing what they do. And it's just like even something as simple as the school teacher in Canton, that we're under all kind of corruption, all kind of money is exchanged hands in Canton among politicians and lawyers and people like that to and to the end that 6 have gone to jail. And I mean, we even had the city clerk and other people inside the courthouse. They have been not the current ones, but in the past, they have taken people and they have lost their jobs and pled guilty to these crimes of voter fraud, voter intimidation, and money laundering and taking bribes from people. This has gone on in Canton to a level that is, you just don't know how deep it got. And now you got a person running for office who was purposely trying to change the scores so that Canton would not be on the list of schools that would have been taken over by the state on probation. So she moved it from an F to a C. And it was a fake C. Then they got caught. And all they did was take her 10 years away. They didn't go back and take over Canton. There's nothing else. The Board of Education just says, we're staying out of Canton. In all of Benny Thompson's district, you could take over probably 90% of the school districts. That's the truth. They're all failing districts. They're all poverty-stricken districts. They are the worst of the worst, and there's 30 counties in there. And I'm sure as soon as Delbert decides to put 3 more in there, he'll put 3 more counties in there. But he's got all of that. And then right now he's on his 30-county tour to make sure that everybody is we're going to have this guy as the mayor. We're going to have this guy. I'm going to endorse this guy as the mayor. Came to Jackson and he endorsed John Horn for mayor. He went to Natchez and endorsed the guy. He's going everywhere and making sure he gets his Democratic mayors in place. You didn't hear him go to Vicksburg, though, because he don't play. That mayor there don't play. Mr. Flaggs is proven to be a true independent or a true American to some degree. And I like Flaggs, but and it's hard to like everything any politician does. That's just the way it is. You can't trust every politician. Can't believe everything coming out of their mouth. You can't believe hardly anything that comes out of their mouth. And it's sad that as I'm trying to become a politician, I just hope that I can do this, can continue to speak the truth on what I know. And what I do know is Canton, Mississippi is fixing to get tons and tons and tons of money in the school district and in the city and here, there, and everywhere. And if we go into the Canton and we rebuild the square and we bring in some people and we make this great city look like Oxford, Mississippi, and get restaurants and shops on the square. And the first thing to get that to happen is to actually get out and go talk to somebody and make it happen. I mean, Pearl got a baseball stadium and a mall because they talked to people at the Senate, the House, and got some money and did it. Canton doesn't go ask for that money. Canton doesn't go. Ridgeland, they have built and built and built, and now they're fighting over a power station, which we'll talk more about, I guess, tomorrow, since I'm not going to have time to talk about that today. But there's things going on that money feels safe to come and be a part of. Canton's got to feel safe. Canton's got to be clean. And Canton's got to be run by somebody who is going to rebuild the square. And I mean, you have to rebuild the square. You look at it any other way, say, well, you can do this, you can do that. No, the square in Canton is the jewel, and it must be protected and it must be brought back to life, because that way everybody will come. Anyway, we're all over the place today, and we're going to figure it all out. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. And then coming up at 10, Jameson Haygood, right here on WYAB.
1039 WYAB.
I'm John Horn, running for mayor of Jackson. I'm truly honored because on April 1st, 83% of you said you wanted change in your leadership. We won all 7 wards with a 2-to-1 majority. Jackson is ready for new leadership, but this is just the beginning. In the next few days, I'm focused on listening to all voters, attending community meetings, and showing my commitment to work with county, state, and federal leaders because rebuilding Jackson takes all of us. Let's finish strong. Vote John Horn for mayor, April 22nd.
Paid for by John Horn for mayor.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Green's Tire and Auto on Ridgewood Road in Ridgeland can do it all. Is your check engine light on? Take it to Green's. Air not blowing cold anymore? Take it to Green's. Squeaky brakes, bald tires, misaligned front end? Take it to Green's. Green's Tire and Auto can do it all. Your car can operate just like new again when you take it to Green's. Green's Tire and Auto, Ridgewood Road in Ridgeland. Take it to Green's. 601-957-0201.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions, at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
For decades, you've known the name Martin's for good times, great food, and the best live music. Now that's happening at 2 locations, downtown Jackson and Livingston. Check the websites, martinslivingstonms.com and martinsdowntownjxn.com for the many special events and live music lineups. You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the Blue Plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martin's, downtown and Livingston.
Y'all come see us at Flora Animal Hospital, your trusted hometown vet. We offer a wide variety of veterinary services, including boarding. Dr. Kaylee McCary is a Madison County native who has been serving the Flora community and surrounding areas since 2013. She leads our team of highly trained and compassionate women. We are located at 740 Highway 49 in the Cotton Exchange Plaza. Call us today at 601-879-3222. At Flora Animal Hospital, we treat your pets like our own.
We think diamond prices in most jewelry stores are downright scary.
That's why at Juniker's, we're doing something about it. Because starting this Saturday, April 26th, you can buy directly from the Diamond Cutter. It's the Diamond Expo at Juniker Jewelry Company.
Our diamond cutters are flying in fresh production of certified diamonds. Every size, shape, and price range. It's the Diamond Expo.
3/4 carat diamonds for less than $1,250.
1 carat starting at $2,500.
And 2-carat diamonds for only $10,000.
Plus, qualified buyers get up to 12 months financing, interest-free.
Guys, this is how you buy a diamond.
Juniker's 2025 Diamond Expo. Save hundreds, even thousands, directly from our cutters.
7 big days, 2 huge weekends, now through Saturday, May 3rd. Juniker Jewelry Company, Mississippi's direct diamond importer. 1485 Highland Colony Parkway, just south of 463 in Madison, and junikerjewelry.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
And we are back for a final segment here on a Monday. Cloudy, overcast, gloomy out there right now. And of course, by this afternoon, it'll be raining, so make sure you carry an umbrella with you. Coming up at 10 o'clock, the one, the only, the Jameson Haygood Show. And then again at noon, it's Sean and Lindsay and Down the Aisle. And then, of course, Radio Strongman, Kim Wade this afternoon. I wonder what he'll have to talk about today. I'm sure he'll talk about the election. Yeah, I spend a lot of time on elections and a lot of time on voting because we've got to start being patriotic. We've got to start being responsible. We got to start voting and changing our destiny. I mean, it's real important. And then when people need to get on the ballots, I'm going to always remind you of the people that you need to be finding so that they qualify in time to run. I mean, a lot of times people don't even think about running till it's too late. And that's because you're not thinking, you need to be thinking about it now for in the future. And we need new aldermen. We need new councilmen. We need new mayors. We need new senators. We need new people in the House. We need new people in Congress. We need new people in Washington. You know that? I mean, when you're only barely voting 50% of the time conservative, you're not very liked in the conservative world. And as a Republican that goes there, you think of them as being a conservative. That's what you voted for. But they get up there and hemming and hawing and then they're working a deal here, and I get you to do this if you'll do that. And then they always complain that their bill isn't getting through. I mean, we're waiting on a farm bill. What kind of negotiations are you doing? We don't have a farm bill. And what did you sign off that we shouldn't have signed off on? And all of them signed off on USAID. All of them signed to fund something. And they said, well, I didn't know that was in there. Well, read the damn bill. Read what you're doing. Okay. Remember, the governor's going to call a special session. If you have time today, pick up the phone, call his office, tell him to put the ballot initiative on the agenda, because it's a special session agenda, and they have to deal with only those issues. But the ballot initiative is so important to the people, where we will have something to say in our government, and they are doing everything they can to keep us repressed. I mean, other than this radio station outpost in Florida, where do you ever hear of anything going on that you can help? Where do you ever do? I mean, we have, we talk to people. People don't like their phone rung. And, your representatives, you should be able to, they can't put anything on the agenda. Only the governor can put something on the agenda for the special session. And in the special session, we need our right to be able to talk to the government. The people need to be able to speak other than election time. Recalls would be great, but I don't believe we could get that. Although it wouldn't affect the governor. He could do the recalls, and he could also do term limits. Put that on the ballot. See how many people. I mean, you got to vote for it. Term limits. It would be great. You got to vote for it if it came up. Anyway, Jameson Haygood is next over most of this same radio station and online at all of his normal places. I am available on Facebook and Rumble and YouTube, and I'll be putting up some more stuff later on today. See y'all tomorrow.